Hi, welcome to another episode of Cook This. I am your host, Pete Calvetti from Fuego Restaurant. We're going to start the season off a little bit differently this year. I'm going to take you to my restaurant in the kitchen, back of house operations, to show you how we're making that fantastic food that comes to your table. Take a look. Hi, I'm Pete Calvetti, chef and owner. Welcome to Fuego. Welcome to my restaurant, Fuego. It took approximately 6 months to build and design this. I designed everything from the kitchen to the drinks to the menu to the bar. These are my family recipes that we've been cooking for 25 to 30 years down in the South in Atlanta, Georgia. You will find some things on this menu that you will not find in any other restaurants. For instance, my cheese dip. It is not a string cheese, Chihuahua cheese. It is a different style white cheese. It is very fun. And loved by probably 9 out of 10 people. You just gotta try it once. Although we are a sit-down restaurant, we do dine-in, carry-out, we do catering. We are doing taquizas where we can grill everything in your backyard. But we are also a taco stand. If you want to just come in and have some tacos, you're more than welcome to. It doesn't always have to be a big fancy dinner. The main thing is our freshness. You get everything from a very good quality food source, top-notch quality meats, top-notch quality vegetables. Everything's made fresh just about every day. Our ground beef's made fresh every day. Our rice is made fresh every day. Salsa's made every 2 days. Our chips are made fresh in our kitchen every morning. So we believe in a higher standard of food quality, fresh. Hi, welcome back to Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti. Hopefully you enjoyed that tour we gave you of my back of house restaurant, and now you see how all the operations and how the food comes out hot and fresh to you. So we are going to be doing my restaurant today, and I'm going to be cooking on set and doing the show myself here. I'm going to show you some of my family recipes that I've been cooking for 25 years. And the guinea pigs I have here to taste everything are my friends here, Sinde, welcome, Kristin Smetana, and Mr. John Passarella. Always a pleasure to have you guys.
Always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to be here.
So I am going to cook some of my food this time. So I'm all ready to go. Gloves, pans that aren't on fire.
So what you're serving us today is what we'll find in your restaurant?
Yes, okay. Absolutely. So feel free to ask me any questions. This process will take a little bit of time here. First, I will be making a beef steak a la Mexicana. Everyone always comes and makes tacos or fajitas. You know, this is just a little bit of a different kind of plate. It's a little bit spicy, generally. Anywhere you go in the restaurants, any of the Mexican restaurants are generally a little spicy. What sets this aside is I use a good skirt steak, a top quality skirt steak. So generally this is like a low and slow cooking process with some salsa and stuff like that. I do things a little bit different. I do it quicker, and I do a premium meat, okay?
So if we're looking at Fuego, first of all, what does Fuego stand for?
Fuego means fire.
Okay.
And there's no major trick to anything. I just wanted something kind of corporately sound that the people could say, we're going to Fuego's. You know, something simple. I don't want Peter's this or Maria's that. Something simple, one word, that would make it easy for everybody. So that was the skirt steak.
So so the people out there, how do you tell a good skirt steak?
There's the inner and the outer. The outer is better. It's more expensive. Right now, the thing's running about $6 a pound. The inner is about $4.50 a pound. So you'll know on the tenderness. Okay. I can tell. We put a little seasoning on it.
And then the meat itself, like it's served here, better than ground beef, gives it better chewiness and texture.
Absolutely, it's a lot better. I mean, I would say this is similar to almost a strip steak.
Okay.
I mean, it costs almost the same amount. $6.25 a pound it's running right now. So it's top quality meat.
I saw you put some spices in there. Is that your spice blend?
This is a spice I use just about everything. It's salt, pepper, cumin, garlic, some onion powder, and some paprika for color, and a little smokiness. And that's about it.
Okay.
I use that in just about everything because that's the basis of Mexican food, some garlic, some salt, pepper, and cumin.
Cumin.
You know, cumin. I don't oversaturate my stuff with spices. You know, the meat should have its own flavor. I get premium quality meat for a reason. You know, like I have a great Kenya plate. That's what like the guys come back for. It's just a giant steak, but it's my outer round skirt steak. And this is a giant 10-ounce piece of it. And that's really good. Very, very tender. We just cook that on the grill. Don't touch it. Don't flip it 10 times. I had that on another show. I'll leave your meat alone. You should only flip your meat 2 or 3 times for the whole cooking process.
Pete, I've been with you, many of us have. This isn't your business. This is your life.
This is my life, yeah. Everyone's like, why are you doing this again? And this is what I love, though. This is so you guys have known me years. I've been doing this show for years. And like I talked about earlier, most restaurateurs or hosts have their own restaurants for years. You find someone with a personality and loves their food. That's me, you know. When you come in, I touch every table. So this is a quick pico, just so you know. I add some pico to it. This will also
So with Fuego, Mexican restaurant, any area focus for Mexico?
Well, no. You know what? My family owns a chain of restaurants in the South. And it's different style food. You will have regional United States Mexican food. It will be, this is some salsa. This is just my house salsa that you guys are eating there, by the way.
Yeah, very, very good. Is that homemade?
Yes, yes. In fact, I made that last night. My salsa doesn't last more than 2 days. And I make a giant 5-gallon batch of it. And it's always free.
And what's makes your salsa so good?
You know what? Good, and this is what we're dealing with in the restaurant industry. Good, and it's in the eye of the beholder. It's perception of everything.
Yeah.
You know, my salsa, some people say it's not chunky enough. Well, then order some pico, you know. This is my version of salsa. It's fresh crushed tomatoes, it's onion. All of my ingredients are very, very fresh. The salt, the pepper, the cumin, the garlic, fresh onions, the jalapenos and the carrots, and the vinegar adds a little bite to it. And then it's the amount of jalapenos I put in it. This is a kind of medium, mild, across the board, good, flavorful salsa. You want it hotter? I got hot stuff. You want a tomatillo? I have a tomatillo. Okay, so I give people options, but you cannot please 100% of the people that come in.
Now you also gave us your cheese sauce. So what goes in that?
That is my cheese sauce. It's not on the show, but that is what my family is known for. In the South, in Georgia, my family owns a chain of restaurants in Georgia. We make a cheese dip. It's not the Chihuahua cheese that you get all over Chicago. Okay, mine is different. It's what the newspapers came and wrote about, but it melts down like a pancake batter. 19 out of 20 people who try it absolutely fall in love with it. I have orders for their houses already. They wanted to cater to their parties. It's just a good, flavorful cheese dip that I put my twist on for my family. I've added some smoked jalapenos and some roasted poblanos, and I dice them up very, very fine. So you're not gonna take. A lot of people like the flavors of jalapenos, but can't stand the crunch and the bite of the heat. So I dice mine up very, very small. And then we mix it in the whole giant batch. We make giant buckets of that cheese. That's how much we go through. And then it looks like speckles of pepper. That's how small I dice my stuff. And just a good flavorful cheese. It adds a little smokiness. The kids love it. The parents love it. I have people who are coming. They're taking it to go. They're bringing it home. They're putting it on their pasta.
Wow.
They'll put that on anything. They will. Trust me. Once you come in and try that, people are getting hooked on it. So this takes a little bit. And we make this for scratch. We don't pre-make this and let it sit in a pan. You know, we make this from scratch with the for every single order that comes in. So that's another part of the quality.
So we ate the chips. Those are homemade too, am I right?
I make my chips every morning. My salsa is made about every 2 days.
Very, very good. Very, very crunchy. Very, you know.
Yeah, fresh. I mean, those were made last night. And then what I do is I put them in. I have a warming drawer that holds them. So they're getting toasted throughout the day, and they just get dumped. There's 2 warming drawers. One's being served. You're getting a lot of insight on the restaurant industry now. But yeah, you have to toast these things. Otherwise, they don't taste right. They taste stale. But we make giant 50-gallon buckets.
These don't
of them.
taste stale. They taste
No,
very fresh.
because I went in this morning, I warmed up the drawer, and you got them fresh and warmed up.
So when did Fuego open?
I just opened in January.
Okay.
Yeah, we're putting in a patio now for the summer. The winter was interesting. So you guys know me through a couple restaurants. This is the first one I did where I built. I went from scratch. So that's the difference. This was a build out versus my other ones, which are called turnkey restaurants. Turnkeys were there ready. I basically changed some decorations on the wall, things like that, you know. And that was it. Let's turn this off now.
That looks
Yeah,
delicious.
I gutted the restaurant. I remodeled it, did everything, built a custom bar, redesigned my kitchen, did everything, and it was worth it. So now it's my design, it's my home, and plus this is the first restaurant that's in my town where I grew up in, you know. So I'm really, really enjoying that I'm in my own community.
And where exactly is it located?
This is downtown Brookfield, right off the tracks, 3755 Grand Boulevard. I'm right on the corner of Grand and Prairie.
Okay.
So I'm right smack in the middle of town, right where I grew up, playing baseball and getting off the train to go to work.
Right across
and-
from the post office.
Yeah, really good. So I'm just going to throw a few little decorations on here.
And what are those?
So this is just queso fresco. It's a very light, mild cheese. So it's just a garnish. We put on here some
they have a
cilantro. So that's
a-
beefsteak a la Mexicana. Slow cooked skirt steak with some salsa pico. Grab a spoon, put some in the taco.
It smells great.
Yeah, it's a
Very
very
good.
good plate. It's actually my
Very,
wife's
very
favorite
appealing.
plate. She gets that anywhere she goes, and she judges the restaurant
What
on
is that called?
Beefsteak a la Mexicana is the proper way to say it. Again, it's got a little bite. Some places make it spicier. My community, I don't make everything spicy. I make mine medium ground. And if you want to make it spicy, I got the stuff for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can customize your stuff how you want.
So if people, see Fuego Fire, if they want to come here but are not a big heat,
You're safe with me.
you're safe with it
Yes,
because there are
absolutely.
ways, different types of.
Absolutely. I can make things. I cater to vegetarians. I mean, I'm all about meat, but I have vegetarians that come in because I saute them some fajita peppers and things like that, and I put it on tacos. I put it on quesadillas. I put it on taco salads, and I have them returning for more. I put it on tostada, so I can make just about any plate a vegetarian plate.
So what are your hours?
We open at 11 o'clock every day, and we're actually in the middle of changing hours for summer hours because we're
Okay.
putting in the patio, so I can serve outside till about 10 o'clock. So we're going to go to about 9 during the week, because at night it is still kind of a quaint, small downtown. The weekends I can go to 11 or 12.
Okay.
But
What are
we
your
open at
hours?
11 o'clock every day. 11 till 8 right now, but it's going to go to a 9.
Okay.
And then the weekends till 10, 11 o'clock.
Okay. Reservations or not?
No reservations. I've never been a reservation guy. I
Okay.
just, you can't trust people to be on time, and I will never sit there and let someone else look at an empty table because they're on their way.
Yeah.
So it's always been a no reservation place. But it's first come, first serve. And, I've had lines at the door and I've had waits on the weekend. Nobody's ever waited more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
And it's not that hard of a wait when you got a margarita in your hand and you're looking at a nice ambiance and I got a TV in there and a nice bar and you're looking at a packed house. I've always said to people, you don't mind waiting in a place because there's a wait for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go to an empty place on Saturday night, there's a reason why. But what do you guys think of the beefsteak?
Delicious.
I thought it was very good, very good. And with the homemade tortilla, it just set it off very, very good.
Good?
Yeah,
Not too
it's
spicy?
No, it's the perfect amount of
Next
spice.
time, throw some cheese dip on there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's excellent.
That's awesome.
I'll be stopping by tonight.
Oh, yeah? All right, we'll see you in a couple
Yeah,
hours.
if you're working.
I'm there every night, John. It's my new restaurant.
I will be looking for
All right,
you.
so that was my beefsteak a la Mexicana. When I come back, I'm going to be making some of my homemade fresh flautas. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thanks.
That was absolutely amazing.
Very good.
Hi, welcome back to Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti. So I hope you enjoyed our first segment. We made some beefsteak a la Mexicana coming from Fuego, my restaurant, and I am feeding a celebrity judge panel here. I have Mr. Matt Sinde here eating with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Ms. Kristin Smetana and Mr. John Passarella. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for
I
having
didn't
me.
burn your palate or anything this morning.
No, it was real good.
Perfect.
Excellent. So now I am making flautas. People see this in the stores. They call them taquitos. There's many different names. But I like opening up the doors with flautas. It is something that I'm going to be making some chicken flautas for you guys and for the panel here, but it's something that I like to talk about that you can put anything in there. So watch this segment, record it, push record, go back to RBTV and check it out and make some dinner for your family. This is a really easy one.
So what makes a flauta a flauta?
Flauta is a rolled up tortilla with meat in it.
Okay.
You rolled it up, fold it up. Well, if you fold it in, it's a chimichanga, but
Okay.
heat up just some regular vegetable oil.
You fold it in half, it's a taco.
I've already pre-made some of these here.
What about filling inside? Can it be meat
Well, this
or?
is going to be chicken.
Okay.
Ground beef is difficult because of the holes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's what I wanted to talk about. You can do steak. You can do chicken. You could probably throw some vegetables in there. Grill up some vegetables. Cut them long ways. Put them in there.
Be creative.
Yeah, be creative. That's what I'm saying.
Whatever your palate wants.
Open up your refrigerator at night and see what you have left over. You had some rotisserie chicken last night. Pull that chicken out, shred it up a little bit. Get yourself a pack of tortillas. That they sell these things everywhere now. Corn tortillas. Take that. You need a toothpick, meat, and a tortilla and some oil.
Now, inside, can you make the mixture with sauce in it at all, or don't?
Yeah, you can, but don't forget you're dunking it in oil.
Okay.
So you also want to wrap it really tight, so that way the oil's not going kind of all the way through.
Okay.
But basically, that's the point of it. Take whatever filler you want. Now, obviously, it's common sense. If you put ground beef in there, it's going to crumble, come apart. If you put cheese in there, it's going to melt and ooze out all over your pan. So I would recommend some kind of protein. You could probably throw some fish in there. It's actually a very good idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Fish
Well, like I
tacos.
said, you have some leftover steak, some leftover meat. Shred it up, get the tortillas, roll it up. The kids like this. You can put out some sour cream, some of my famous cheese dips, some salsa.
Definitely.
Dip it. Use it as a dipping thing. I also have these on one of my appetizers. I created an appetizer platter where I have flautas, nachos, and quesadillas. So you kind of get everything in one plate. Came out really good.
Now, did you season the chicken with the same
The
seasoning?
chicken is done already. Good question.
That's why she's the principal.
Yeah, see, the smarter ones.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, if you put bland chicken in there, your flauta's going to be bland, okay? If you have, that's why I said some leftover rotisserie chicken, some steak, some flank steak, some shredded meat, you can use something like that, and all those things are pre-seasoned. If you want to make something just for this, yeah, you can make some shredded chicken. Actually, rotisserie chicken's a very good idea. You can just buy it from the store. It's ready. It's usually $4 or something. Take that, shred it up, and that's usually seasoned. You can also season it with a little bit more sauce. You can take my salsa, mix it with the chicken, and then put that inside of it as well.
Do
Can
you
you
bot-
do-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can you do protein and vegetable with that too, as you're talking about?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you bottling your salsa yet? Are you
No,
at
not
that
yet.
point, like Paul
No,
Newman?
I've only been
All
open
that
a
kind of
couple
stuff?
months.
I see
Give
you
me
in
a year.
Tischler's Food and Riverside Food.
Yeah, that's
You're going there next.
when you
aren't
run out of vegetables or when you run out of
Oh, easy.
when you run out of groceries
For sure.
or when you run out of limes, because the limes were
Very expensive, huh?
$125 a case this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little expensive.
Very, very high.
Yeah.
So what if I don't want to cook at home? What if I want to cater from you? What catering options
We
are
have
available?
catering. We're designing our catering menu right now. We're doing taco salad platters and stuff like that. I've catered to some corporations already. We do a taco bar, and we've done taco salad bars. I can do a taco bar with the ground beef and the chicken, and then we've also done fajitas, where we make the pans of fajitas. We can set it up on chafing dishes, stuff like that. I'm doing the festivals this year in Brookfield. We're doing
Really?
the street dance, and we're doing the Battle of the Bands. I love doing the festivals outside. We make tacos, nachos, stuff like that. Actually, this is another good idea to make too. So wait for this to get crispy. Now, also another little hint is you can also use flour tortillas. Another also good protein that we never talk about. I'm known for my carnitas too. That's my slow cooked pork. You put that on the plate. It's cooked for 3 hours. Pop, orange juice, fresh oranges, seasoning. It is made with lard, unfortunately, but you're not eating it every day. But that's the flavor of it. So that's become very, very popular.
So if a person wants to come to Fuego, what would you recommend as the appetizer to order and the main entree to order?
If you're coming to Fuego, you have to get the cheese dip. Okay, that's what I'm known for. Everybody gets that. My dinners, everyone asks me what's my favorite. It's like picking a kid. You can't do that.
Oh, I
I've
could.
designed this entire menu, so I can't do that.
I can do that. This wouldn't be mine.
Yeah. You probably have several
It'd be
favorites.
yours. I have yours as my
Yeah,
favorite.
my kid was a favorite. You know, the beefsteak's great if you like spicy. My chimichangas I love because you can stuff whatever you want in there. We're known for our steak and our burritos because I use the premium quality steak. That's what people are talking about. So I gave this a quick fry so it wasn't sitting there that long. Generally, just so you know, you can salt these right away. I usually don't because what I've taken a different approach in my restaurant is I'm using very minimal salt. I'm letting people salt it for their kids if they want or for themselves if they want. It's entirely up to them. So that way they can, just like the heat of the salsa, you can add more if you want. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a little cheese.
Now that cheese, is that a low melt cheese or is that a high temperature cheese?
This really won't even melt. This will just fall apart. This is a general mild cheese. And you know, of course, I'm serving you fast style here. I mean, all my plates come with like rice, beans, and a Mexican salad in the middle. So you can grab one of those. Okay. Again, you can put any protein in there. Yeah, take the toothpick out.
Thank you.
And obviously through my fryer, we have a huge deep fryer. Those things come out a little bit more crispy, and they cook in about 45 seconds. We have a 450-degree oven, or a fryer. We have a 550-degree oven, and all our plates go through. So you were getting this plate with fresh rice and beans and a salad on a steaming hot plate, and these things are smoking hot when you get them. So, but you get the idea of it, you know. Taking a tortilla, putting in some protein into it, folding it up, picking it, frying it. You know, use some salsa, make it fun for the kids, make some guacamole, some sour cream on the side. Some salsa, some of my famous cheese dip, and you can actually use the kids like dipping them in there. How do you guys like it?
Good.
Wow.
Great.
Excellent. Alrighty.
So you're located again where?
Yeah, I'm at 3755 Grand Boulevard. Phone number is 255-5855. We do catering, open till 8 o'clock during the week, 10 o'clock during the weekends. We're doing the festivals. I can do home catering. We can do parties. I'm closed on Sundays right now, so I'm available for parties. I've already had 3 bookings in there. So you get my beautiful restaurant. You get a private party. The place is all yours. You know, baby showers, wedding showers, things like that. Yeah, great food. You're not going to find it anywhere else. My cheese you won't find anywhere else. You know, fajitas you can get anywhere. My burritos you can get anywhere. But I definitely have several plates that you will not find anywhere else. Burrito Supreme and Chile Supreme that my family's been making for 20 years.
How are you going to take your menu and keep on constantly evolving?
Well, during the spring, we just brought in some fish tacos, some shrimp tacos. Good question. So we're bringing that to play now, and a lot of people are buying that up. And we're also going to be coming up with some chef specials every week. So, well, anyways, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the flautas. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the beefsteak a la Mexicana. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Cook This. I'm your host, Pete Calvetti for Fuego Restaurant. Stay hungry. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.
Very good.
That was